Hello students, I am Sunny sir from Mahadi English School. This video is for class 2 subject science. Let us read the thought for today. The harder you work for something, the greater you will feel when you achieve it. So the thought means that when you keep on working hard for the thing that you want to achieve, then a day will come when you will finally achieve that thing. And that day you will feel really great. You will feel really happy that you have achieved something after a lot of struggle. But for that, what you have to do? You have to work hard. And only then you can get that happiness of feeling great. Now the instructions that I gave you, the general instructions for all of you, you have to follow it every day. What are that instructions? Number 1, wash your hands. See that you keep washing your hands, especially before you eat something. Number 2, regularly wear your mask whenever you go outside. Don't go out without a mask. Do not eat junk food. Avoid eating outside food. It is not good for your health. Eat the food at home. Keep your surroundings neat and clean. Do not throw the waste, the wrappers, or vegetable peels around you. Just throw it in the dustbin. And last but not the least, obey your parents. Whatever your parents tell you, you have to do like that. Then I will show you the content of our today's video. What are we going to study? See, you know that we had already started with the revision explanation of lesson number 8, Things Around Us. So today also we shall continue with the same chapter, as I have written revision explanation of the lesson continued as we had stopped in between. Then we will learn the lesson in a new way. As I had said, this is the revision explanation, so in a new way we will learn the lesson and we will write down some difficult words along with it. So let us start revision explanation. So in the previous video we had studied about living things, non-living things. I had also explained the meaning, the definition of these two. What are living things? The natural things that grow and multiply on their own are called living things. I had also shown you a few examples. And what are the non-living things? The things that do not have life in them are called non-living things. And we had seen some examples for the same. Now we shall continue with the same examples. See over here what's written. Characteristic features of living things. There are some features of living things which I have shown over here. As you can see, number 1, human beings. What is shown? Lungs. That is how we breathe, because of this lungs that they help us in breathing. When you breathe in, you breathe out. You need the help of your lungs. They help you to breathe. That is the characteristic of human beings. As it's written over here, you should write in the same way in your notebook. Human lungs. Because that is the part of our body that helps us to breathe. See the second image. It is shown over here. What image is this? This is the image of a fish. How does it breathe? It breathes with the help of its gills. Learn the spelling along with it. G-I-L-L-S. Gills. So fish breathes with the help of gills. Humans, they breathe with the help of their lungs. The spellings that I am underlining, that you should write it along with me. Number 3, earthworm. It's written over here, moist skin. That is how it breathes. How does earthworm breathe? With the help of the skin, the moist skin that it has. So these 3 are the images just to show you how do different living things they breathe. They need lungs, gills and their skin for breathing. So this is about us. We need our lungs. Next, characteristic features of living things. Over here you can see the non-living things. See the image. This is a chair. then a tennis ball, then some books are there, and here you can see black and white shoes. So these are all non-living things. Do they breathe? No, they are lifeless. So non-living things, they do not have life, so they do not breathe. They do not have these organs like lungs, gills or skin, because they do not move, they don't have life in them. Unless we move them, they won't move. That is the feature, that is the characteristic feature of non-living thing. And these are some examples that you can write it along with this feature. Next we have, can you identify this animal? This is our national animal, that is tiger. So living things can move. This is an animal. There are some other animals which we have learned, lesson number 4. So wild animals or domestic animals, that are also included in living beings. They move on their own, they have 4 legs and they are living. So they also have the same characteristic feature like human beings. They breathe in, they breathe out. So that is how they survive. They also need food, they also need water. So they can move. These are the features, and you can see the animals are also similar. Next is the image you can see over here. Food, light and shelter. So the characteristic features of living things as we are learning. What else do we need except for moving, except for water? What do we need? We need food, light and shelter. So living things, they need food, light, shelter. FOOD, food, LIGHT, light, SHELTER, shelter. We need food for eating. We need light, the sunlight. It is very essential, very important for all the living beings. And shelter. We need a place to live in. We need a house to live in. That is our shelter. We all live in a house, right? So we need a shelter to live in. So these are the 3 important things that we need, that is needed by all the living beings. Then characteristic features of living things. Plants show subtle movements, while animals show visible movements known as locomotion. Plants, when they grow, we cannot see. When they move, we cannot see. But animals, when they move, we can see them. We can see them moving. But plants, we cannot see them moving. But still, they also move like animals move. Characteristic features of living things. Plants show subtle movements while animals show visible movements, as I told you before. See, walking, running. So that movements are called locomotion. They move very fast. They walk like us. So they walk, they run. These animals are living and they show the movements like us. See these 4 images. Non-living things are given. Do they move on their own? No. Non-living things will not move unless we move them. See, table, laptop, newspaper, a toy car. These are the 4 images which are non-living things. Do they move? No, they don't move. These things are lifeless. They are non-living. So they will not move. Like animals, they will move because they are living. But non-living things will not move as they are non-living. So next here you can see some plants show movements with the sun. So some plants are there. Sunflower, they will move with the sun. Wherever sun goes, that side they will bend. If the sun rises in the east, the direction in the morning will be in the east. Then when sun will come up on the head, the sunflower will be facing the sun. then it will go down in the west. Then sunflower will also bend down towards west in that direction of sun. That is what I want to explain you, that some plants, they show movements with the sun. As the sun rises and the sun sets, the plants will also rise with the sun and set with it. That will move in the direction of the sun. Here it is written over here, you can see, the sunflower always faces the sun and moves in the direction of the sunlight. This is a sunflower, and it will always face the sun. Wherever sun is there, the face of this flower will be towards it. See the arrow. So that is how the sunflower faces the sun. Then, eyes to look. Characteristic features of living things. Birds, they have eyes because they have to look at their prey. They watch with their eyes. They fly above, high in the sky. They have eyes, just like human beings have eyes to look. Same way birds also have eyes because they are also living, and that is characteristic that humans and all other living creatures, they have eyes. Some more characteristic features: nose to smell, ears to listen, skin to feel. That is the characteristic of all the living creatures along with all of us. God has given us nose so we can smell some beautiful things. We can smell when something is being cooked in the kitchen. When your mother is cooking something, you can smell that thing sitting outside in the room, right? That is possible because of the nose. Then we have ears. We can listen what others are speaking. We can listen to them. We can listen to music, and we can listen to all the other sounds around us. So God has also given ears to listen. And we have also got our skin to feel. We touch with our hand, and sometimes you touch the hot water, your hand will burn. You touch the cold water, your hand will freeze. So you can touch and you can feel with your skin. Whenever you touch something hot or cold, immediately, the very second, your skin will feel that sensation. That is feeling that you get with the help of your skin. So these are the things that living things have. We all have these things: nose, ears, skin, so that we can feel, we can listen, and we can smell. Then some more features are given. Non-living things are given. So non-living things do not respond to touch or any stimulation. If you touch these non-living things, will they respond? No, they will not. They will stand as it is. If you touch the computer, you will not feel anything. It will not move if you don't move it. If you touch this pot, will it move on its own? If you touch this bed, can the bed feel? Will it speak? When you touch the clock, can the clock speak or can it feel anything? No. So these are non-living things. They will not respond. When you touch these things, they will not speak. They will not feel anything because they don't have life. They are non-living. Then some more features. Living things reproduce. Reproduce means, see, hen, it lays eggs. So hen gives eggs. Same way human beings, they make their own children, right? So that is called reproduction. More and more eggs are laid by the hen every day, and more children are being born in the world every day. So many new children are born in the world every day. That is called reproduce. Human beings reproduce. Same way animals also reproduce. Next, plants. Plants reproduce through seeds. When you grow seeds, the seed will turn into a big plant. That is called reproduce. That is a small seed. It will come up and it will become a big plant. That is how it is called reproduce. When you put new seeds inside the ground, the plants will grow. New and new plants will keep on growing. That is, reproduce. The seeds help to reproduce the plants. Next, we have characteristic, some more. Some animals reproduce by laying eggs. So, as I just gave examples, hen, see the image. And what do you see over here? So many eggs are there. This is how the egg breaks, and some animals are also there like crocodile. Crocodile also lays egg, and when the egg breaks, a baby crocodile comes out of it. So that is called animals. Animals, when hen lays egg, this egg will break and a new hen, a new baby will be born. Same way from this egg, when the crocodile lays eggs, the egg will break and a new crocodile will be born. That is how animals reproduce. Then, some animals directly give birth to their babies. Do you know that some animals also humans, all of us are also included in a kind of animal. Human beings give birth to babies. Lion gives birth to baby. And dolphins also give birth to their babies. See, these are human beings, lion and the baby, and dolphin and its baby. Hen, it gives egg, and what comes out of it? Chick. Hen has a baby called chick. Elephant has a baby called calf. Hen, chick. Elephant, calf. This you can write it for your general knowledge. Hen, chick. Elephant, calf. That is how their babies look like. Human beings, man and woman, they have a baby called child. And sapling will become a tree. First of all, it is a small sapling and it will become a big tree. And human beings have a small baby and it is called a child. Then some characteristic features again. Non-living things do not reproduce. These are non-living things. Do they reproduce? Can we get a new chair from this one? Can we get a new washing machine from this machine? Can we get a new bag from this bag? No. So, non-living things do not reproduce. A chair cannot make another chair. A scissor cannot make a new scissor. You have to go and buy a new one. So, that are some examples of non-living things. Living things, they have a lifespan after which they die. So, all the living beings like human beings, they live for some years, then they die. Also animals, birds, insects, they live for some time, then they will die. Then, non-living things, they do not have life, so they do not die. Non-living things can live forever because see, all these things are their books, table and all these things, they are lifeless. They don't move and they don't breathe. They don't have life. So they do not die. They are non-living things. Now, things around us. What have we learnt? Let us read the lesson, that is the textual lesson. We will read as given in the textbook. First, we read about natural things. Things around us are either natural or man-made. Only two types of things are there around us, natural things or man-made things, right? Now, things such as air, water, plants, animals, rocks and soil, which are not made by man and are found in nature, are called natural things. Some things are there, see, air, water, plants, animals, rock, soil. These things are natural things. They are found naturally in the nature. And what else is given over here? Our clothes too are made of different natural materials such as cotton, silk, wool, or from man-made fibers such as rayon. Our clothes, do you know the clothes that we wear? T-shirt, jeans, shirt, scarf, all that clothes are made of these materials. Cotton, wool, silk, and some are also made of rayon. And these things are obtained from natural materials. See, cotton, silk, wool are natural things. We make our clothes from these things. So, some things are natural and other things are man-made. Then, man-made things. What about man-made things? Do you remember what had I taught you? Things such as books, table, toys, and clock, which are made by humans and are not found in nature, are called man-made things. All these things which are shown over here, books, tables, toys and clocks, these things are made by human beings. Man has made it, so it is called man-made. I will repeat, man has made these things, so they are called man-made things. See the exercise which is given below. I have given that exercise along with the answer, so you can directly write the answer. Write whether the following are natural or man-made. You have two options, natural and man-made. You have to decide whether the thing is given below is natural or man-made. Number 1, air. We breathe air. Air is around us, but we cannot see air. It is natural. We have not made it. God has given that it is natural. Second, insects. Insects which you see, ants, mosquitoes, cockroach, all the insects that are natural. Human beings have not made those insects. Insects grow on their own, that are natural. Spoon, you eat with your spoon. You eat with the help of your spoon, right? That is man-made. Man has made it, it is man-made. Clock, in which you see the time, that is also man-made. You see whether it is 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, that is man-made. Sand, you play in the sand, right? You have the sand ground in your school. So that sand, that brown color, sand, what is it? Natural or man-made? It is natural. We have not made that sand. It grows naturally. So, spoon and clock, these are two man-made things, whereas air, insects and sand are natural things. I hope you have written all the 5 along with the answers. Then, living and non-living things. Living things eat food, breathe, grow and reproduce. All these things, all these features are of living things. What do? They grow, they become bigger and bigger. They breathe, like we breathe in, we breathe out. Grow, our size, our height grows, we reproduce. New children are born every day, new babies, that are living things. Some examples of living things are birds, plants, animals and humans. Birds, plants, animals and humans are all living things. Non-living things do not need food or breathe or grow and reproduce. So the non-living things are there, like stones are there, clock. They do not breathe, they don't even reproduce. They don't make babies. Right? Some examples are given, rock, water, air, sand, clock, pencil. These are examples of non-living things. They do not grow on their own. They do not move on their own. They are lifeless. All living things are natural things. For example, bird is living as well as natural thing. Right? You have seen the bird flying in the sky. Bird is living thing as well as it is natural. So all the living things are natural things. Human beings are there. Birds, animals, all. But non-living things can be either natural or man-made. Now in non-living things we have two types, natural and man-made. Example, see rock. Rock is non-living, but it is natural. The big mountains, rock, that is non-living but it is natural. But clock, this clock, it is non-living, still it is man-made, it is not natural. See the non-living things. Clock is also non-living and the rock is also non-living. But clock is man-made and these rocks, these stones are natural. So non-living things are of two types. Non-living things are of two types, natural and man-made. Living things are all natural. Then, different types of materials which are used in making different things. Let us read about these materials which we have already learnt before. Man-made things are usually made from different materials. We make so many things and we need so many materials for making those things. We get these materials from both living and non-living things. So both are useful. Living things are also useful and non-living things are also useful because they give us some materials and that materials help us to make something new. See the example, wood, rubber, metal, plastic. So these four are important materials included in your lesson. You should know the spellings and you should know the usage of all these four. This is image of wood, W-O-O-D, wood. Rubber, R-U-B-B-E-R, rubber. Metal, M-E-T-A-L, metal. Plastic, P-L-A-S-T-I-C, plastic. Now, why do we need wood? Wood is used for making table, chair, pencil. This is wood. And we can make which things with the help of wood? Table, chair and pencil. We can make all these things with wood. Then, why do we need rubber? What can we make? Rubber is used for making balloons, tires, gloves and eraser. Eraser you have in your compass box, right? For erasing. Gloves, you see doctors are wearing gloves, especially during these days when coronavirus is there. We should wear gloves whenever we go outside. So gloves are also made with rubber. Tire, have you seen the vehicles, car, scooter, they have tires and balloons that you know. So all these things are made with rubber. Why do we need metal? What is the use of metal? See, it is given over here. It is used for making utensils, ornaments, car and machine. All the utensils which are used in kitchen, ornaments are used, car and machine. All that things we can make with the help of metal. Utensil, ornament, car and machine we can make with metal. Then this is plastic. Have you seen plastic bottle? You drink water in that, right? So with plastic what can we make? We can make objects like bottle, buckets, mug and comb. What can we make with plastic? We can make all these things which are given over here. Bottle, bucket, mug and comb. You use comb every day for combing your hair. Then we use bucket while we go for bathing. Bottle is used for drinking water. Mug is used for drinking tea or coffee. So we can make all these things from plastic. So these are the four materials, wood, rubber, metal and plastic, which are used for making so many things we need every day. So I hope you enjoyed the video and you understood the lesson, things around us. In the next lesson, we shall continue in the next video with the exercises of this lesson. All of you revise this video and please learn because your exams are coming. Thank you. Have a nice day.